This is a review of the story, a lesson at the beach. Okay, let's continue. Let's begin. A lesson at the what? What place is this? Correct. It is the beach. Beach. B-E-A-C-H. Beach. Good. One day, Mrs. Lin was walking. Mrs. Who do you call a Mrs.? Is Mrs. does it mean a teacher or a married woman? Who is Mrs.? A teacher or a married woman? Yes, it is not a teacher. Mrs. refers to a married woman. So, whatever your name is, let's say your name is John Smith, then your mother's name is Mrs. Smith. If your name is Joe Wang, then your mother's name is Mrs. Wang. Whatever your last name is, Wang, Lin, Chen, Huang, Li, whatever, then your mother's name is Mrs. and then whatever your name is. Okay. So Mrs. is a married woman. All right, good. So one day Mrs. Lin was walking, what? You see this girl? Is she walking across something or is she walking along the road and the fence? Let me say that again. Is she walking across the road and the fence, or is she walking along the road and the fence? The answer is along. She is walking along the road. Both she and the road are walking both she and the road are walking in the same direction. This way. She's walking, the road is going this way, and then she's walking this way. She's walking along the road. She's walking along the fence. Okay, very good. Well, I want you to imagine this girl walking along the beach. Okay. So Mrs. Lin was walking along the beach when she saw thousands of what in the what? Okay. She saw thousands of these guys in this. Okay. Answer? Thousands of what? Did you say starfish? Yes, you did. That would be the right answer. Starfish in the, what do you see a lot of on the beach? Correct, sand. Starfish in the sand. There was a typhoon prior to that day. Haha. Asked you this many times. What is prior to? Prior to means what? Does it mean after or before? Prior to means before. Correct. Before that day. Okay. And the starfish were washed up by the typhoon. this picture. Does this picture show the ocean or the mountains? The ocean or the mountains? Which one? Correct. The ocean. Okay. There are three oceans, three oceans in the world. Is it 3 or 5? Okay. Three oceans in the world: Indian, Pacific, and Atlantic Oceans. I think if you discount the Arctic Ocean, okay, or the Antarctic Ocean, I'm not sure. But anyway, ocean, the sea, okay? All right. So they were in serious trouble out of the ocean. That's the right answer. So Mrs. Lin began picking up the starfish one by one. When you pick up something one by one, then you do it how many at a time? One by one is how many at a time? Correct. It's one at a time. One at a time. So one, one, one. Not two, 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 but one at a time. Okay, one by one. So she began picking up the starfish one by one and throwing each into the ocean. A teenager. Okay. How old is a teenager? If you are a teenager, then you are between how many years old and how many years old? Okay? How old are you? If you are a teenager, think about the number. When do numbers end in teen, like something teen, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. There's no teen yet. 11. There's no teen. 12. There's no teen. 13. Aha. 13, right? So 13 is the first number that begins with teen. And then let's see what the last number that begins with teen is. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, so the last number that ends with teen is 19. So anyone between the ages of 13 and 19 is a teenager, okay? So a teenager is a person who is between 13 and 19 years old. A teenager saw what she was doing. Why are you doing this? Do you think you can really make a difference? Okay, so when you make a difference, do you change things, change something for the better, so it's more good, better, or do you change something for the worse, so it's more bad? So when you make a difference, are you doing something to change for the good or for the bad, for the better or for the worse? And the answer is for the better. Okay, you're changing something for good. Okay, not for bad, but for good. Okay, to change something for the better. Okay, Mrs. Lin answered, well, I made a difference to the ones that I threw back into the ocean. The teenager knew what she meant. It is better to save one than none at all. What is the word that means save and help that we introduced in this story? What is the word? It begins with the R. Save and help. Rescue, correct. Okay. It is better to rescue one than none at all, right? It is better to rescue one starfish than none at all. How many is none? How many is none? Correct. None is 0. Very good. Okay. So let's look at this. Let's look at the vocabulary, because we're gonna have you have to know these words, okay? Because this is what this story introduced. These are the vocabularies that the story introduced, okay? All right. Number 1. One by one. One by one. One by one means how many at a time? One at a time. One at a time. I can make a sentence, right? Yes. I can make a sentence with this, with one by one. I can say, oh, I eat, I don't eat 2 apples together, or let's say grapes, right? Okay. You don't put 2 grapes in your mouth. That's actually a little bit dangerous. You eat grapes one, and then you eat another one, and then you eat another one. You eat it one at a time. So I eat grapes, okay, right? One by one. That means I eat grapes one at a time. You don't eat 2 at a time. It's dangerous if you do that, okay? I eat grapes one at a time. One by one, okay? Here it is, one by one. Very good. Number 2, the second vocabulary word. Teenager. Well, let's look at how to read this word first. Teenager. Teen, that's the first part. And then a, and then ger. Teenager. 3 sounds, 3 syllables. Teenager. Okay. And what is a teenager? Well, a teenager is a person who is between 13 and 19 years old. Okay. Let's make a sentence with teenager. Okay. Let's say you have a brother or a sister, right, at home, and then he or she is in junior high school. Then he or she is a teenager, okay? Or let's say Kenny is a teenager, okay? He is 13 years old, okay? 14 years old. He is a teenager, okay? Kenny is a teenager. Teenager. Here's make a difference. Let's look at how to read the word difference first. Difference. 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 Okay, different. To something better, right? To make something better. Okay, good. To make better. To make it better than it was before, right? To make a difference. Okay. Do you know who makes a difference? Teachers, right? Teachers in school, they teach you how to be a better person, how to be a better, how to be smarter. They give you lots of knowledge. So teachers, good teachers, that is, okay, because not all teachers are good, but good teachers, what? They make things better. Good teachers make a difference. Okay, so good teachers make a difference. Good teachers make a difference. Okay, very good. Okay, let's look at the next word, rescue. Here is res, and then here is Q, rescue. And that's how you cut that word in half, so it's easier to read. Rescue, what does it mean to rescue someone? It means to save someone, okay? Or to help someone, yes? Okay, so let's imagine a situation where, a little boy, he falls into the water, and then a woman jumps in and saves him, okay, right? Or let's say a little kitten, right, a little cat is stuck in a tree, and then you climb up and you save the cat, you rescue the cat, right? Okay, very good. So let's say I rescue the cat from a tree yesterday. Wait a minute. Is that right? No. Why is that wrong? Oh, because I said yesterday. So I have to make rescue into past tense. So I have to say rescued. Okay, I rescued the cat from a tree yesterday. Okay. Okay. So let's continue. We have the word then. Then is really hard to define without a sentence. So then really appears in sentences like this, right? When you want to say one is bigger than another, or one is taller than another. Okay, so here, this sentence right here, a cat is bigger than a mouse. So this bigger, okay, to be bigger than, okay, this is a must in a sentence with than. You have to say is bigger than, maybe you want to say is, cuter than, right? Okay, or is meaner than, or is faster than, otherwise it wouldn't be able to catch a mouse, right? So is faster than, or is taller than, or is smarter than. That's probably true. Okay, something like that, to use the word than. Or I can say Mimi is older than Ray, right? Here's another example. Mimi is older than Ray, right? Mimi is 12, Ray is 11. So Mimi is older than Ray, right? Again, I can say things like Mimi is stronger than Ray, let's say. Or Mimi is, I wrote stringer. Mimi is stronger than Ray, or Mimi is smarter than Ray, or Mimi is fatter than Ray, right? Okay, whatever the case may be, maybe Mimi is smaller than Ray, or Mimi is younger than Ray. That's how you use the word than, okay? Or in another example, right? Peter plays basketball better than Ray does, right? So he plays basketball better than Ray does. This is another example of, okay? And then oftentimes we don't say the word does, we omit it, we pretend it's not there, right? And then we say things like Peter plays basketball better than Ray, but that actually causes problems with it causes problems. So in my opinion, you should not omit does, because it is just a better habit to avoid problems in the future. Okay, so that's our video. We will be going over this today, and then we went over this today, I meant, and please try to pick up and absorb, remember the lesson that this story has taught us. Okay, thank you for watching. I will see you soon.